come once again to discuss things.
Was that just fear? I'm a bad motherfucker. You are a stick, Ian. How could you possibly take me? I just sit on you.
I fight dirty.
Oh, fuck. So do I, bitch.
No, I fight dirtier than you do, though.
Dude, I've seen pictures of you. You're literally just like... You are the closest thing to undead a human body could get.
Okay, well, on that note, hi everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of Geeky Gentlemen. I am Sid Part 2, and I am joined today by the reincarnation of the Roman Emperor Caligula, Milan Jeftik, aka the Russian comic book geek. Hello, Milan.
I'm not sure if me being compared to Caligula is a compliment or an insult. I'm not that...
Oh, no, it's definitely an insult, because if you're reincarnated, then this is your punishment for having been Caligula.
What did fucking Caligula actually do? For all of us who aren't blessed with a classical education, please explain your insult to me, please. Okay,
well, like, if you were to imagine, just, like, I'm not going to go into all the specifics, but if you were to imagine a psychopath, a sadistic psychopath becoming the most powerful person in the world for that time period and just completely abusing his power. That's how you should imagine Caligula.
Uh-huh.
I hope we're going to get... I think we'll try to do another History Month come next November. And I think I'll pick the Caligula movie that they made. And I'll have to get Bill on for that week, simply because every time I'd like lead up in a dramatic way to announcing our topic when Bill was on the show, he'd always like come in and go, "It's porn." I'm like, "No, it's not porn." And then I'd say what the real topic is. But if I was going to choose the movie Caligula, Bill should be there because it was produced and released by Playboy Studios. So, wait, was it Playboy or was it... Yeah, I think it was Playboy or something. Penthouse, maybe? I don't know. It has like a pornographic filmmaker studio attached to it, though, so...
So, boy, is he the emperor that dressed up like a boy prostitute and went and sucked dick at night?
I don't know if you're naming someone that actually existed, but that sounds more like Nero than Caligula.
All right, then. See, that's the only thing. I know who Caesar was, and I know who that one was who did the dick sucking. That's about it. That's all. That's the limit of my historical knowledge about ancient Greece, or is it Rome? I don't know.
It's Rome.
Who gives a fuck? They're all dead anyway. We're alive now, and we'll never disappear.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, but like, why am I Caligula? I keep getting back to this. What did I do that was so horrifying that I should be like? Oh, I don't get it.
No. Caligula did terrible things, and your life is awful, and you two seem like kindred spirits in mind. Like, if I could just imagine that if you got in power, I think you'd be like Caligula. So I just see you as like the reincarnation of Caligula who is suffering for his past sins.
I'm not suffering. I'm perfectly happy with my life.
Okay, now here's the moment where your dad walks into the room naked and slaps you about a bit, right?
He can't slap me. He's just so weak.
He's gonna take his dick and he's gonna slap you in the face and tell you to go clean up a mess that he made.
That's kind of how my life... Well, that's really weird, because, like, he tried to do that, but I'm like, I just blow when he chips over like a leaf. He's old. And I'm kind of his nurse, and I'm like, hey, don't just... He just sits down on the fucking couch without any undies on, and it's just like, dude, put your balls away. If people sit there, what the fuck? And it just scratches his balls and just, like, give me a hug. Like, you fucking scratched your balls. Don't touch me. And he's like, and he wonders why I'm so mad at him. It's like, why are you, you're Mickey, your little brother. You two are plotting against me. I'm like, nigga, you walk around with your balls hanging out. Like, I don't need to plan against you. Oh my god, but...
Okay, so you see why you're proving my point.
But still, like, funny enough, you guys always say that I'm one good crime away from being considered a subpar Batman villain. Not exactly Joker level material, but like crazy quilt.
I don't think I've ever said this, but it is something I'd agree with.
Yeah, like I'm crazy. I'm like I'll be like perfect crazy quilt type of villain. Not but Kevin Smith's crazy quilt, the guy who just kind of steals people's eyes and carries them around in a burlap sack, sews his own eyelids shut, and goes like fucking shoots rainbows at people. That's the kind of villain I would be. Funny enough, I've made an LSD gun.
Nice.
And
Anyway. We're getting way too far away from stuff. Steve may or may not show up, which is why I kind of am stretching. He is his car is currently being towed. He got like a flat tire or something in the middle of the night heading home, and so he's getting a tow ride, and he's gonna try to get to the house and join the call. So we may or may not see him. I really wanted his thoughts this week, and sorry that this video wasn't posted last week, guys. Life gets in the way. There was some drama to deal with on my end, and so we just decided to postpone for a week.
You know what I figured out? You know what I figured out about our dynamic as a team of talkers?
Oh, God.
Basically, you are the scumbag with the heart of gold who's well settled. He's the one in the relationship. Like, if we were a boy band, would be our roles. You're like, oh, he's mean, but he has a heart of gold. But he's in a relationship, so I can't really fantasize about him. I'm seeing this all from the perspective of a teenage girl. But anyway,
you are a teenage girl.
I'm totally not. You're such a dick. Oh, my God. But anyway, Steve would be like the sexy foreign boy who's also very intelligent. I'm like, I'm the intellectual and I'm kind of foreign. And I'll be like, I don't know, which one would I be?
I don't think you'd be in a boy band. I think you'd be like, you'd be like Marilyn Manson. You'd be the guy that like parents would be concerned about their children listening to.
Oh, come on. No, I could bend myself around the, clarifications of boy bandom. I'll be like... No, I would be like totally like the one with the dark.
You'd be like the weirdo that like keeps getting like Milan. One thing that I could clearly think of you doing, once again getting back to the whole Milan ruling the world thing, would be I could clearly see Milan saying, "I shall take over the world and make Lady Gaga my bride."
Oh come on, she's so mainstream. She's so Oh my God, her.
Anyway. So this week we're discussing a film that came out in 2006 or 2007. Either way, good year for film. And it's weird because not many people know about this movie, but it's just so damn good. It's like this, hidden gem of a film. And I wanted to talk about it because that's one of the things the show's really good for, is just, hey, you know this thing that no one's ever heard of? No? Well, now we're going to talk about it, and hopefully someone's interested. So we're going to be talking about Lucky Number Slevin, and I figure for the first couple minutes of this review, let's go ahead and just do spoiler-free, since this is such a plot-heavy movie, and, if you know how it ends, then there's no point to watch the movie for the first time. So if anyone's clicked on this video and gotten through the very strange banter at the beginning of it, we're going to go spoiler-free for a couple minutes before we get into spoilers to get people out there interested in watching it. So Milan, first time you've ever seen this?
Yep.
Okay, what'd you think? General non-spoilery thoughts.
Like, this is my, view of the film just with my monkey noises. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Ah. Aww. Aww. Ooh. 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 Ah. Oh. 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 Ooh. Damn.
Okay.
That's my reaction to the movie.
I like that monkeys now say damn.
The sheer awesomeness of this film hyper-evolved that particular monkey just so he could say that one word, express that one feeling with something akin to speech.
Yeah, that's a pretty good way to describe it, I guess. It's such a weird thing, because it's not like my typical kind of movie, I like the whole message and stuff, and I enjoy I enjoy movies that are trying to say something else beyond the plot, and that's not what's going on here at all. This is all a plot-based movie, and it's in a lot of ways it's a callback to those old like gangster films with the fast talking.
You know what this is? You know what this is? This is like an experimental student film married to something actually interesting.
Yeah, I think you could say that. Let me just get this thought out. It's such a callback to those old gangster movies where everyone just talks really fast. Like, everyone's sort of those old like
wise guy
stereotypes of the gangster that's going, yeah, the wise guy. Hey, what you think you are, some kind of wise guy, huh? You think you got your nose where it ain't supposed to be? It's like that neo-noir thing. Oh, it's so much fun.
Yeah.
Just watching a movie like that that's so modern and yet calls back to all those old films.
It's set in New York. I mean, isn't everyone just like a stereotype of the old-timey gangsters? Like, hey, what's up? I'm living in New York and mafia.
No, I really don't think that's what New York is like. I mean, I can call Bill and ask him, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna say no.
I want to go to New York so bad. It's like my spiritual home. Like, if
it's like you want to pray to New York. Oh my god, I keep getting off of like actual video topic, but fuck it, this is too good not to mention. So I'm taking this class, and the professor's all like, we constantly hear people say, let's allow prayer in schools, and I don't think they understand that means all kinds of prayer, because they'd get genuinely freaked out if someone started praying towards Mecca. And so, as soon as he said that, I got on my phone, and I downloaded an app, and this exists. I downloaded an app that lets you locate the direction of Mecca.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started spinning around looking for where I should pray to if I were a Muslim.
Mm-hmm.
In the middle of class.
Yeah. Oh, you kind of even look like a Muslim. Like, you're Irish Mexican, and like, didn't Haley's like father or whatever think, he's some kind of Muslim, ain't he?
No, that was her grandfather.
Well, one lifetime of separation. We're getting better. You are getting better. Yeah. But like, you know what? And we're just stalling for Steve essentially, but. If I ever get rich, I would underhandedly fund supervillains. I just get a crazy person from the nut house who's has an above average intelligence, and I'm like, I'll do it all secret so he doesn't know who I am. I was like he's a rocket launcher, here's a couple of, get your boys together, here's just insane future like weapons, and just go create anarchy. And I'll just do that, make up different villains and send them out there in the hopes that maybe a champion will rise up from the populace and stand against my army of supervillains. And, I want to make the world.
So you're gonna use the Mr. Glass approach to finding a superhero.
Yes, pretty much. Like, if I ever, and that I'm gonna finance the space program, and just say if I do kind of. That way, I did cause hundreds of deaths with my supervillains. Of course, if that ever gets out, I just say, well, I got you into space. Fuck you. I want the world to resemble a comic book. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So, yeah, back to the movie, though. It's got such that feel of, like, neo-noir, which is fantastic. You were going to say something to interrupt me, but do you remember what it was?
It's a talkie. But it really does remind me of Quentin Tarantino. It plays around with editing and time a lot, and it does it competently. There's a very few people who actually pull it off and make it snappy and make it actually engaging. Like, it's an experimental film. It plays with storytelling a lot, and I really like that. And like, there's so few people that could pull it off well. Quentin is one of them. The guy who did this is another. Like, it's so, like, you just expect like a jazz score to be played over this.
Yeah, and one thing actually, since you mentioned the score, is it has kind of like that same thing Taxi Driver had going for it. It has a couple different songs on it, but for the most part,
it doesn't have a score. It has mood music. No,
for the most part, it has just like one or two songs playing, and in every scene, it's just the song is moving faster or slower depending on the action. Just like Taxi Driver had, which was really interesting. But yeah, the dialogue in this is fantastic, and it's so much fun to watch, and you just find yourself laughing at how ridiculous the stuff gets. One of the things that
provides.
Yeah, the schmoo provides, and then it's like, you know what? Orders is orders. I don't think anyone told you not to use the word you're defining in the sentence that you're using to define it. He's like, he just punches him. I think one of my favorite things now is when people discuss grammar, like in witty, snappy ways to put other people down. I never thought that'd be my thing, but I guess I really enjoy that because they do a lot of the same stuff in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, which is right. I mean, if I didn't know it wasn't the same director, I'd totally say it was the same director. It's just got a lot of that just lightning wit to it that's just so much fun to watch because you feel smart when you get the jokes.
Yes. It's one of the things that's just like, it's not pretentious. Like, that's the thing. It offsets its natural, innate pretentiousness with actual good humor and witty writing. Because, I hate it when films want to, essentially masturbate in your face about how smart they are. Like, oh, look at how fucking clever I am. This guy is just like, hey, I know I'm clever, and I'm going to tell you I'm clever by not telling you how much I'm clever, but by showing you how clever I am. You actually validate, the praise this film gets. It's like if this movie was a person, it would be, like, this would be kind of a smarter, more sexier version of you, Ian, to be honest.
Thanks.
Like, if you were, yeah, and if you lived in New York, this would be, like, your level of intelligence slightly above that, and it's just be, like, you with a six-pack.
Okay.
Yeah. This always, I'm sorry, everyone, this always devolves into something awkward and sexual with me.
Yeah, I mean, that's just your bread and butter, isn't it?
Not really. I don't make any bread or butter from this. It's just a thing that happens.
Uncomfortable Conversations with Milan. That's the show's new name.
Yep. Just like, what you should do? We should totally have that as a spin-off. Just like bring in random people that never talked to me before, and just let me.
Oh my god.
Just all
right. No. You know what? Fuck a spin-off. We'll make it a game show.
Actually, that's kind of my podcast, like the Russian Comic Book Geek podcast. I just get random people on. I'm like, hey, let's talk about 6-inch dildos. And if they don't hang up the Skype call, no one ever hangs up the Skype call for me. When I start talking, I'm usually the most charming when I start talking to you.
No. Like, here's what we'll do. We'll get, some funding together to give away, $10, $15 Amazon gift cards to the winners, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we just let you talk about the most disgusting, disturbing things in as much detail as you possibly can and say things that are just completely alienating and insulting, and the person that lasts the longest gets $10 gift card on Amazon.
The thing is, I can't really be mean. I'm not really good at being mean. That's your forte. But, I can weird people out, but that has a... whenever I try to be mean, people just seem to like me more. But when I try to be nice, people get disgusted by me. I'm like, hey, asshole, I like you. I'm like, hey, friend, don't fucking touch me. I don't know. It's just, I don't know, it's weird. Different people react differently. And I don't really like being mean to people. But, yeah, I can talk about dildos. And if they can handle that, then sure. Give them $10.
Right.
Dude, do you know there's this website, that essentially takes the fan-made designs of dragon dildos and makes them into reality?
No, I don't want to hear this. I really don't.
It's terrifying.
Okay, I'm good. Back to the movie yet again. We are getting very off track tonight without Steve.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I'm purposely doing this just in the hopes that he'll just pop into the cold, like, haha, I have returned, like the foreign prince from afar. I can't believe he's Indian, though. He's so light-skinned and proper.
Well, I'm pretty sure he's second or third generation, if I'm remembering correctly. But anyway.
I don't know. He's still...
Not important. Let's get back to the spoilery-free stuff.
Okay.
Okay, so another great thing to talk about is just an amazing cast for this film. Morgan Freeman, Ben Kingsley, Lucy Liu, Bruce Willis. Just like, holy shit, everybody's in this.
Bruce Willis? Where's Bruce Willis? Oh, yeah, Bruce Willis, that one. I thought you were talking about Bruce, like the one who was in the Evil Dead films.
Oh, shit, what is his name? Fuck, I can't remember his name right off the top of my head for some reason. But yeah, I know who you're talking about too. No, but okay, anyway. Bruce Willis is in this, and he's a badass, and Lucy Liu, I think, it's right up there with Kill Bill, but she gets more screen time in this. I think this is her best movie.
Yeah, she plays the sexy roommate girlfriend thing.
Yeah, right? It's just, she's so much fun to watch. And, like, she has some of the best lines. Like, I love when she summarizes the entire plot of the movie in one quick sentence. That was hilarious.
Intelligent. There's nothing sexier than an intelligent Asian woman that knows how to spin words in a clever way. It's like, I like intelligent women. They're just sexy.
And
Lucy
Liu's fantastic in this, and I don't know why she's doing Sherlock when she could be doing, good movies like this more often.
Is Sherlock good?
Wait, no, not Sherlock. Elementary. Sorry, it's the same thing.
Shit.
Yeah, it's the American version of Sherlock. So.
So basically, they can hey, those two, the guys in Sherlock, they're totally fucking. But we can't have that in America, so, have one be Lucy Liu. Have the Hobbit, let's just transmutate the Hobbit into Lucy Liu.
Pretty much.
I like her butt.
Morgan, one thing I really like about the casting is Morgan Freeman is actually a character and not just a narrator.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yes, yes, it's amazing, because... I think the writer of this film just said, you know what, I'm just going to have him say the most ridiculous shit ever. Because, if you have Morgan Freeman, you just have him say the most retarded shit. No other human on the planet could say this and sound credible. But that motherfucker talks, goes into this lengthy, poetic, philosophical rambling about the greatness of the shmoo. And it's you buy every fucking second of it. It's the shmoo will provide. Whatever the shmoo is, it must be great, because Morgan Freeman is talking about it in such a respectful and awe-inducing way.
Yeah, there's that, and there's that scene where it's alright, so brief, tiny little spoiler, but it's a very small detail of the movie, honestly. So he goes, I might have a bit of a problem coming up with the $96,000 I owe you. Morgan Freeman's like, oh, well, how about we make it an even 90 then? I may have over-exaggerated the slightness of this. Just Morgan Freeman's just so nonchalant about it. Just, oh, how about we make it an even $90,000? Just some of his delivery of things. Oh, it's so good. And then Ben Kingsley, you get to watch Morgan Freeman and Ben Kingsley try to outact each other in one scene. It's so amazing because they're just so impressive.
Oh my god. Ben Kingsley does the best corrupt rabbi Jew voice ever. I mean, I know Jews. I love Jews. But I'm that's amazing. Ben Kingsley is the type of actor you can hire, you can put in any role. He's just foreign enough that you can, is he Jewish? He's kind of brown and he has a big nose. Have him play a Jew. Oh, is he Indian? Oh, doesn't matter. He looks kind of brown. Let's fucking do that. He can play any race. Just any race whatsoever. If you want to have a gang drama in the hood, get Ben Kingsley. He's kind of foreign. It's amazing. He is the true idea of the multiracial actor. He can do anything. He's just white enough to come off as white. He's just brown enough to come off as not white. It's amazing.
Yeah, and like if only we could get him to stop doing awful video game movies with what's that guy's name? Usain Bolt or whatever.
Prince of Persia was actually like, I haven't seen it, but
no, Prince of Persia was okay, but all the other video game movies this motherfucker is in. It's
ridiculous. You know, it's funny because he essentially played the same role in Thunderbirds, just like this. Like, I'm not exactly Asian, so it's not an Asian stereotype if you get Ben Kingsley. That's the same thing with fucking the Mandarin. Oh, it's an Asian stereotype. Get Ben Kingsley.
And he'll play it as a Southern guy, because fuck it.
Southern guy. But, like, fucking Ben Kingsley is just great.
Fortune cookies are hollow and empty. Just like America.
Just like America. And
hollow and empty and full of lies, like America.
Oh, I love that film. Like, they have to backtrack and say, oh, there's an actual Mandarin. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I thought that was a bit of a cop out because like everyone was complaining about him. Like, you should have just stuck to your guns, guys.
Yeah, you know what? It's just like when they do have like an Asian guy with rings and they should just have the Matt Fraction fucking Mandarin and just like have Tony like, didn't I fucking kill you already? I thought you weren't real. And I'm like, I'm an Asian man in a suit. So just have Fu Manchu in a suit with rings. Just like, hello. Just, you know what? No. You know what they should do? Just do it.
Just wait. Yeah. Just 1 sec. One thing I would like them to have done, or would have liked them to have done, it would have fit really well with one of the character arcs they kind of went with Tony and that, is have the Mandarin actually have, you know, the 10 rings as magical, like, Asgardian objects, and have Tony have to figure out how to deal with that, because he was, like, struggling with the whole non-scientificness of a lot of the shit that went down in Avengers.
Yeah.
So that would have been interesting to see, but anyway, continue.
No. Basically, they should, when they do bring back the Mandarin, just have it be, like, the most accurate representation of the 60s Mandarin ever.
Oh, God.
Just, you know what? You wanted the Mandarin? Fuck you. We'll give you all of the Mandarin and all the racial shit that goes along with it. Just have them...
Oh, Iron Man, I see you come here. Would you like some, excuse me, I have to go drive my car into an old lady's shop.
Oh, yeah, just like that. It's just like... The Mandarin could actually be quite cool, but they can't really do that because America is trying to suck up to China because... You know what America has become? Like that jock dude who's just kind of shriveled away because he has cancer. And he's started to like, hey, China, how you doing, mate? Like, hello, China, how you doing? Like, let's be friends. I'll make movies about you with you being portrayed as positive. But we're communist. Doesn't matter. Like, don't you hate communism? Yeah, we do, but it's because you owe me a shit ton of money, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, dance for me, America. Dance for me. I want to have a Transformers movie shot inside me. I just imagine giant continents just talking to each other. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's an animated series that did something like that, if I remember correctly. Anyway, back to the movie. All right, Milan, any more non-spoiler thoughts you want to get out real quick?
We see a man with his shirt off, which is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we totally do.
That happens.
Totally. That is a thing that happens early on in this film. And I'm like, who is that actor anyway?
I don't know the actor. I haven't seen him in anything else. Steve said he was in the running for Superman for a while.
Did I? I don't know. I know he's kind of...
Steve said it. I didn't.
He kind of reminds me of the early 2000s. You know? He has that early 2000s thing about him. Like, hey, it's not exactly the 90s, but, still.
Okay. No, I mean, he's fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
He's so much fun to watch.
Oh, yeah, totally. His eyes are just like... They're like, I'd pick him like he'd be second to last. In my harem of men.
Oh,
Fuck it. Fuck it. You guys are always complaining like, oh, Milan's gone really red pill, so I'm kind of compensating, saying, you know what, I'm going to be extra gay, so fuck you guys.
Well, no, that doesn't change the fact that you're still a house nigger.
I'm not a house nigger anymore. I've gone off it, and I'm normal. I'm back to my old self again, dude. Once I gotten off it, I've got my villain. I'm writing a comic book, and I couldn't write the villain because I was too happy. And so I got into the red pill, because I was kind of making fun of them at first because they were just so sad, but they kind of won me over, and they just kind of fucked with my head. And then I know what they think, how they think now. I got my super villain. Cool. Dude, the shit that's gonna go down is gonna be crazy. Oh. Okay.
I'm excited to see it. Whenever you get it done.
Yeah.
Whenever that happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway. So everyone, thanks for listening to our non-spoiler section. From this point on, we're going to go spoilers, but let's just say, I know we didn't give much detail about the movie, but we're just giving general thoughts on it, and also kind of stalling for time for Steve to show up. But if you've made it this far into the video and you still haven't seen the movie, just go ahead and stop the video and watch the movie. It's really good. It's on YouTube for free as of right now.
Yeah, the sound quality is kind of odd, but you know it's not that bad. It's you can watch it. Like, I can't believe they haven't taken it down yet.
Hey, shit happens. It's this weird thing. It just kind of flew under everyone's radar. I mean, a lot of good shit came out around this time. 2006 to 2007 was a really good time for film, man.
And 2008.
There will be blood. There will No Country for Old Men. A lot of shit came out that year that was fucking amazing.
Yeah. Afterwards, The Dark Knight in 2008. Everyone talks about The Dark Knight, but yeah, I think it's just kind of like The Dark Knight came along in 2008 and kind of blew everyone away. Mm-hmm. So it's just like all these good movies, like, fuck you, I'm Batman. Look at my big bat cock. And look at the Joker and shit. So it's just like, people kind of forgot about all the good shit that came out.
Maybe. I don't know. But it's definitely worth watching. It doesn't deserve to be forgotten, is the thing.
Oh, yeah.
This is a movie I never hear anyone talk about. And as much praise as, like, Shane Black gets for Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, you should watch this movie, too. If you like that movie, there's a good thing to go. If you like Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, or if you like The Big Nothing, those are two movies that are like right up the same alley as this, and I think this is still the better movie of the three. Just as far as like one cohesive piece. I still have my problems with it, but we'll get into that because I have to spoil things for them.
All right.
So everyone, thank you. Now, spoilers from here on out. So if you haven't seen the movie, please stop watching now, because otherwise we're going to spoil it, and it'll ruin the whole thing.
Yeah, definitely.
That's the other thing to say before we get out of spoiler town, or spoiler-free town.
Yeah, because usually
this movie is completely dependent on having no idea what's going to happen before you watch it.
Yeah, usually we really don't give a fuck about your enjoyment of our videos, but like seriously, this movie is so good that you watching on and listening to us spoil the fuck out of this film will just genuinely ruin a genuinely good experience for you. Usually we don't care about you, but this film is good enough that we drudge up some sentimentality for our audience.
Okay. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah. We love
losing
you.
Subscribers.
I'm joking. I'm just being Milan. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, alright, so spoiler time.
Yep.
Milan, single greatest moment in the movie for you.
Finding out that Jewish gangsters are called skull caps.
Okay.
That's just that. Like, usually you look at Jews and you're like, "Oh, you're a Jew. You're so nice." And then you give them a name like Skull Cap, and I'm like, "Oh, you sound like a heavy metal band. That's awesome." Oh my god, this should totally be a heavy metal Jewish band, just like a bunch of rabbis dressed up like fucking Kiss, just rocking out about Yahweh and shit.
Draw that, for the love of God, draw that.
Fuck you, I will. That'd be awesome. You know what? That should be the title card for this.
That's a fucking comic strip right there.
No.
Look at that dude.
Actually, I'm gonna do. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
That's the funniest thing ever. Okay. I was thinking it'd be like some kind of big character thing or like an important plot point. But okay then. For me, it's when Slevin pops out of the car at the end and shoots the cop in the back of the head when he says like it's Culebra is Hebrew for bad dog. That was fucking cool.
Yeah, like good cat, bad dog. That's like, yeah, and they don't blow that load straight out. Like they do it at the end, and I'm like, oh, you guys are awesome. You know, it's just like you just gotta slow clap this motherfucker. You know, it's just the whole plan. You'd think it would make no sense, but it all comes together so perfectly at the end that it's just like, how could you like? Structurally speaking, this film is absolutely brilliant. I gotta say.
Yeah. Now let me ask you this. Let me give some background for the audience real quick first, though. So we were gonna do this last week. Like I said, some shit came up, so we decided to postpone for a week, and we were gonna do it last night, but none of us had seen it in a week, so Steve and I both decided that we wanted to give it an extra day to watch it again. Milan, did you by chance watch it a second time or no?
No, but this never happens with films for me. Like, it's still so fresh in my head. Like, I went to see Jupiter Rising or whatever the fuck.
Ascending, yeah.
Yes, like I can remember like little bits of that, but I can remember Lucky Number Slevin like almost beat for beat. Like it just
like one of my things
my little brother
background music, please. One of my things with movies, especially movies like this, is you can tell it's a good movie. Particularly, you can tell if it's a good mystery movie if you're able to go back and watch it multiple times again and again and notice different things. And this movie has that in spades. And so every time I watch it, I feel like I catch something else. So one of the things that I noticed this time around is that when Slevin hands the rabbi the suitcase towards the end of the movie, and the rabbi, they have a quick little exchange, and they don't like play it up like a big deal or anything at the time, but they have a quick little exchange where the rabbi says, "Is that my money?" And Slevin says, "Everything I owe you is in here." And then it's kind of in the background of a shot, but you see the rabbi open the suitcase, and you can tell it's empty. And it's just brilliant. So it's like, it's this subtle little thing of, I don't know you shit. And then the other thing that, like, led me into that thought in general is the entire movie is essentially given away in the opening credits. Like, the conceit of what the hell's going on with the opening credits with the ledgers and the way the two bookies are killed to get them. That's the entire plot of the movie. And then you combine that with everything that's goes on with Bruce Willis telling the story of Max, Slevin's father, and there it all is, right?
It basically pulls a cinematic Grant Morrison.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all right away there in front of your face, and like the whole movie, they're just thumbing their nose right in front of you, like, I bet you won't figure it out. And like, it's so crazy, because by the time you get to the end of it, it seems like, oh yeah, obviously he's the kid. But no, it's not obvious at all.
Yeah. I mean, like, that's what I thought. It's just like, that's what I mean, structurally speaking. Like, it's just, this thing this good, this unpretentious, you don't get shit like that very often, where it's just like, the quality and and the sass and just it all fits together so fucking perfectly. And it's odd that, like, it's like the curse of the universe. You can't have a product this good and have it be well known and loved by everyone. It can't, like it's like classics that fall by the wayside because they're just too way down, but by how awesome they are.
Right?
Yeah.
Like this. That's one of the things is I don't think you'll really hear people saying that this is like a perfect movie or overpraising it too much. I mean, we're obviously giving it praise and stuff because we really enjoy it. Excuse me. But at the same time, this isn't a movie that I think could get overhyped for anybody.
Yeah.
Because no one's going to be stupid enough to spoil the movie for you before you watch the movie.
Yeah, and if you do that, like, this is where actual spoiler culture really does apply. Like, for certain things, like, if you haven't seen the movie, whatever, but, like, the experience of the film has to do with the plot twist. Or the,
right?
Yeah, that's the thing. You can't, when the movie, like, the enjoyment of the film hinges on the fact of you not knowing something, of going in blind. Like, don't spoil this film. Please don't. Like, it's just, when you, even when it's not you that it's spoiled for, you feel upset for the person because you know that the spoiler in question kind of took away from the enjoyment of the film for that particular person. So you're like, nigga, why'd you spoil that film for that person, you know? It's just a good fucking film, and it's like, it's not clever or nice, or, it's just fucked up, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's just...
Yeah, I agree. It's terrible to do that to someone, especially because I can't imagine trying to watch this movie for the first time if I'd known what was going to happen. And that really bugs me, because I know there's someone that would do that. It's like, oh yeah, well, blah blah blah, he's the kid. That would fuck someone over, and you'd be like, well, shit. Now there's no point in me watching it. And I think, like, you know, we talked about this briefly back when we did Planet of the Apes. That movie is certainly good without or even if you know the spoiler at the end, and everyone does at this point. And fucking Empire Strikes Back, same thing. It's still a good movie, no matter
the
fact that you know the spoiler going into it. But still, like, could you imagine just being able to experience that fresh for the first time? That would be amazing.
Yeah. Like, some movies, they reach a certain level of quality just by their structural aspect or visual aspect alone. Like, some movies are just classic because that's just a good fucking film. And people, like, tend to, like, oh, it's a blockbuster, it's not good. When a movie is good, a movie is good. And even if you do know the spoiler, you'll watch it anyway because the road leading to the spoiler, like, it's just like, you don't go visit a forest for the trees or whatever the fuck, you know?
Yeah. And like this, not to say that this movie isn't good without, not to say that this movie isn't going to be good if you know how it ends, because, I mean, it's one of those things you can rewatch, and you're going to notice different things.
Oh, yeah.
And you can still appreciate all the witty writing. It's not like it wears off at all.
Not at all.
But at the same time, this movie's much, much more dependent on the spoiler twist than something like Planet of the Apes or Empire Strikes Back is. Because once you know the twist, it's not... It's like the movie The Game, I think it's called, which is another one where I don't want to spoil it if you don't know about it. But there's a line in that movie where a guy goes, "Oh, I wish it could be my first time again too. I'm so envious of you." Is a line one character has to the main character in that film, and that's how I feel about this movie. It's like it's still gonna be good no matter how many times you see it, but that first time's always the best. It's like crack.
Yeah.
Lucky Number Slevin is like smoking crack for the first time.
Yeah. Totally, bro. Yeah. Crack is amazing. I've never in my life smoked crack, ever. I'm just saying that to be funny.
Yeah, I know.
And
you don't have to justify for me.
It's just like, of course Milan smokes crack. I do not. How dare you?
I take LSD and heroin. I don't mess around with that punk shit.
Nah. I don't even do that. I'm just like, you know what? I'm straight edge. Totally. I've never touched anything. I never even take... I'm afraid if I take LSD, I'll chop my own fucking eyelids off. Like
Probably.
I'm like, no, fuck it. I'm never taking LSD ever.
All right, so let's talk about some of the other stuff in this. Okay. So who do you think is your favorite character in the movie besides Slevin, I guess?
I don't know. It's so like, it's one of those films that's just like the character cast and like performances. Like it's almost stupid to choose your favorite one because they're all just so funny in their own specific ways. And this seems like a cop out. It really isn't because it's just like, fuck, who do I fucking pick? They're all so cool. Like it's just weird. It's like they're all so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's for different reasons. For different reasons, you know.
Yeah, I can see that, but for me at least, the character that like sticks out the most, and I'm always looking forward to the scenes that they're on screen, is Elvis and Slow, and I do kind of consider them one character. Tell it to the one-legged man so he can buff it off down the road.
Oh my god, I love those motherfuckers.
Like, what?
Like, don't you just love that? Like like these are not real henchmen. They're just like real henchmen, real mafiosos who just beat the shit out of you and not even converse with you. But they're just like they're the chatty henchmen, you know?
Right.
I know.
It's like Bruce Timm henchmen.
I know. Aw, I love them.
It's so funny to see, and he's so he's tried so hard. And actually, I have the DVD of this. I didn't watch the YouTube cut. And I watched a deleted scene that takes place like after, or like, you know how it cuts from like that still image of Slevin as he's about to get punched to like when he's got blood dripping out of his nose in the car.
Yeah.
Like there's a whole scene where they're just in the car and they're talking, and it's so fucking funny, dude.
How so?
Oh
Tell me.
Like they're all Slevin's doing is complaining about how much his nose hurts now. He's like, oh man, you know what, this isn't just painful, this smarts. This really smarts. Like, people only use the word pain too much, but it's too general when you use it that way. You need levels of pain, and this one is smarting right now, and Elvis, like, bites his head off and yells at him to shut up or he's gonna cut him this time. And that's when it gets to, like, the bit with turning on the heat. But then, like, it goes on even longer than that. He looks at Slow and goes, why are you so quiet for it? He goes, man, you said that you was gonna let me do the talking, and then you took over. Like, no, I said I would let you try doing the talking, but it didn't work out, and we have a time limit. Just goes fucking back and forth for like 5 minutes between them, where they're like bickering like an old married couple.
Oh, dude, I just love it when that shit happens. Just witty banter needs to come back. You know, the talkies need to come back. It's just like, if you can, like, you can come up, like, with a budget, if you have a small budget, just have good writing. Like, it's like, you can do so much with writing. If you have it's so good. It's so fucking good.
Like, it really does remind me of, Reservoir Dogs. We keep bringing up or you keep bringing up the comparison to Tarantino, and yeah, I see this, it's really right up there with Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah, more like Pulp Fiction, really, because it's just like playing with structure, the witty, you know, nowhere dialogue. But that's the thing, like Pulp Fiction.
Well, I just meant like the style of how it's written, like the character interaction.
Oh yeah,
stuff.
Definitely, yeah.
Like, what's that amazing line in Reservoir Dogs where, they're all bitching about the names, like, oh, wait, why I gotta be Mr. Pink? Because you're a fucking faggot. Because, well, shit. Well, I don't want to be Mr. Brown, it sounds like Mr. Shit. No, listen, you're Mr. Brown, you're Mr. Pink, you're Mr. Orange, because that's your names, I'm giving them to you, and I don't want a bunch of people fucking sitting around arguing for 2 hours about who gets to be Mr. Black. Got it? So it all sounds really, it just all really fits in that style of Tarantino's era of writing.
Yeah. They're just kind of like, people communicating with each other in such a humorous way is just fantastic.
Right.
I know, like humans interacting in a humorous way is just delightful. Wouldn't you say?
Did you know there's a Reservoir Dogs video game?
You serious?
Yeah, you get to do the heist.
You serious? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That's fucking what? What?
I don't know if I don't know how good it is because I never played it, but my friend David had it and he really enjoyed it.
Huh.
It's PS2.
Is it like the original actors reprising their roles or what?
I don't know. That's a good question though.
Like is there a Quentin Tarantino video game?
Yeah.
Holy shit! Didn't Kill Bill have a video game?
I don't believe so.
Really?
So it totally needs one, now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so back to Lucky Number Slevin. But yeah, just Elvis and Slow are just so fucking funny to me.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
And I do consider them just one character because they're so hilarious to watch on the screen.
Oh, totally.
There's actually another deleted scene that was really, really funny from characters that we never, like, really hear talk in the whole movie. You know the two Jewish guys, not the ones that pick Slevin up, but the Israelis that are, like, the bodyguards?
Yeah.
For the ferry?
Yeah.
Why
is he called a ferry?
Because he's a fairy.
Like, what?
You didn't do the line right. Here, let me do it. Why is he called the fairy?
Because he's a homosexual.
No, goddammit, Juan, you fuck everything up.
I'm sorry, I forget.
No, why is he called the fairy? Because he's a fairy. What, he, like, has wings and sprinkles magical dust? He's a homosexual.
The perfect, like, just the perfect way of saying homosexual in a sentence ever.
Yeah. But no, like, so the Israeli, like, bodyguards, they have this scene together. That's this deleted scene where they're talking about what one of them did last night, while the ferry's on a date. And he's like, so I pick up this girl, and we go back to her house, and we're making out, and, you know, we're starting to get frisky. And then she says, hey, I like games. Do you want to play a game with me? And I go, yeah, sure, baby, whatever. And she goes, okay, we're going to play a game called the Cowboy, the Indian, and the Soldier. And so she gives me, like, this cowboy outfit with assless chaps, and I'm wearing it, and I put, like, my actual gun in the gun holster as opposed to this fake gun she gave me. And then she comes back in, and she's dressed like Pocahontas, and we start going at it, and it's awesome. And then, like, right in the middle of it, I start to wonder for a sec, and so I ask her, hey, if I'm the cowboy, and you're the Indian, and this is called the Cowboy, the Indian, and the Soldier, then who's the soldier? And then all of a sudden her boyfriend runs in the room dressed up like G.I. Joe. And, like, it was apparently some weird thing they do to get each other off. But I had my gun on me, so I shot the guy. And, like, you know, he and his other buddies start laughing. But then it cuts outside to the cops in the surveillance van. They go, dude, did you hear about these two people that dragged out of the river this morning? No, what about them? One was dressed up like a G.I. Joe, and the other was dressed up like a Pocahontas. So it's, like, really fucked up. Hello? Oh, Milan left. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed that.
No, I'm here. No, I'm here. No, I'm here, dude, I'm here. Yeah, I was just quietly whispering to myself about dark and mystical things.
Okay. Anyway,
while you were talking about the Israelis. Yeah, I love Israelis.
Okay. Yeah, that story though just cracked me the hell up, and seeing the cops react to it was fucking hilarious. So anyway, just all the interaction is just too much fun to talk about. All right, what else? Milan, you pick. What else about this movie do you want to bring up?
It's just such a New York-based film, and it's just kind of it should be silly. No, well, it's not silly. It has this sense of poetic classicness to it, you know? Like the two great men trapped in each other's towers, looking for, you know, at each other from tower to tower, both being afraid of what the other would do to if either one of them left. You know, it's just one of those really epic kind of human chieftain stories. And it's just like, it's really kind of good. It's just the little guy getting embroiled in the dramas of greater men, and eventually being the snake in the boot, the hidden scorpion in the cereal, that kind of out of nowhere jab to the throat, to the great man. But my favorite scene really happens when they're tied to the chair together, and they're just like, it's just Morgan Freeman and Gandhi. Oh, it's so good. But I love the fact, like at the end when Slevin like suffocates them with the bag, and it's just like, and you get this whole thing with the rabbi talking about like he's very religious, he's a rabbi, but he's also like the obvious contradictions of that. Like how can you be a rabbi and also a criminal and a mafioso boss? And it's like, doing the whole Jewish thing. It's like, it's acceptable. Blah 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 blah. And then at the end, like the rabbi doesn't struggle while he's being suffocated. Like Morgan Freeman, he goes like, "What the hell's going on?" The look on the rabbi's face, and it's like, yeah. I deserve God. This is God's judgment upon me. It's like he's like okay, this.
Yeah, he just kind of like had that bitter frown, but he was like kind of nodding his head, like, yep, this is it.
Yeah, this is God. Like this whole mind kind of weaseling around the deal. Like I can't get away with this for long. Like I deserve this. Like it's just really kind of the holy man accepting his fate. The corrupted holy man accepting his fate, Yeah,
that was really interesting, and I just liked how Slevin's whole speech and the editing that they cut everything in with, and with the cop call and everything. It's just all so tight, and it's so good. And I mean, there's a slightly longer version of that scene where basically just Ben Kingsley and Morgan Freeman talk to each other for a little bit longer, but everything you get is all you need, which is so impressive about it.
I love the fact that it doesn't feel like it's too long or too short. It's like, I want to see these deleted scenes just from, a fan's point of view, but structurally speaking, it's just a perfect amount. It's just...
Yeah, I mean, the deleted scenes are good. It's just they don't need to be there because they're just for either extra laughs, there we go, laughs, whatever the fuck laughs are. They're either for extra laughs or just, the actors kind of saying some more stuff, that wasn't like, just using more metaphors and similes. Like Ben Kingsley's, like, the little extra bit of his speech was, you'd be a fool to believe a salesman or a hired assassin for that matter. Just little stuff like that.
And I love the fact, like, they talk very grandiosely. Like, it's not like, hey, this guy and that guy. They talk like intelligent, respectful, like, not, they talk like, it's almost mythic in a way. I told you this would happen, blah, 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 blah. It's like, you could tell these are great men.
Yeah, there's a lot of weight to what they're saying.
Yeah, definitely. It's like not a...
They don't make idle threats or anything like that. And there's a lot of really chilling moments in this movie, too, from lines that they each have. Like, what is it? Morgan Freeman, like, when he's playing the chess game with Slevin, he goes, "You're a conundrum. You run that mouth off like you don't care if anyone shoots it off." He goes, "Well, you can only kill me once. No one says I have to kill you slow." Like, that was really good. And then Ben Kingsley has that line where he's like, "So God has no problem with you just holding a shotgun ready to kill me." And he goes, me killing you, or no, there are 3 things a rabbi cannot do in order to protect his own life or the life of someone else. He may not idol worship, he may not work on Sundays, and he may not commit an act of premeditated murder. Me killing you in self-defense where you killed me would be kosher, acceptable. Just like that. It's such a good threat. Like, you just see how powerful a guy he is.
Yeah. And that's the thing, that's kind of the scene that kind of, like, you could tell he's a holy man. You see him reading the Torah. He conceives himself as a rabbi. and he knows his own, hypocrisies. And at the end, when he accepts his fate with, like, Morgan Freeman, he goes like, oh, what the hell is this? And he, like, just the look in Ben Kingsley's eyes, just like, fuck, what a good actor. Just like, sometimes you just gotta applaud these old, like, just old actors. They're just like, you've been doing this for a long fucking time. You're just so good, aren't you? Mm-hmm. It's just like, just a class. Just fucking classy motherfuckers,
Yeah, and one thing I like about the way those different characters are interacting is that you can just tell that Morgan Freeman wants to be, the boss of the entire city. He wants to be like fucking Kingpin, and Ben Kingsley was kind of like looking for a way out. 'Cause I guess it has a lot to do with how gangs kind of become gangs, if that makes any sense. Like,
yeah.
Everyone thinks it's about, like, creating this criminal empire and doing evil things, but most gangs start up as neighborhood especially back in the day, started up as protections for neighborhoods because the cops wouldn't go there. And that's very true all over New York back in the day. And so you'd have Jewish gangs because, people would do shit in the neighborhoods and cops wouldn't do anything about it, so the gangs would form as a response to that. And as they got bigger and bigger, they got into more objectively illegal stuff. That's just how gangs tend to work. At least old style gangs, modern day gangs are significantly different.
How so?
What?
How so?
Oh, modern day gangs do get in it, like, initially right away from the start for the illegal activity. The neighborhood protection angle isn't there anymore.
Yeah. It's like, it really has to do with, like, the whole protection schemes really kind of root off from the ethnic parts of town. It's like,
yeah,
it's like, the blacks and Jews and, like, the Russians. And
well, I mean, that's how the Crips started.
Exactly,
is neighborhood protection against, because the cops wouldn't do anything, or the cops would come to the neighborhood just to arrest people. So the Crips originally formed as a neighborhood protection thing, and the eventually got into a rivalry with the Bloods because the Bloods were a gang of the people that were, not Crips, and that the Crips were protecting people from originally. That's the very start of it, and it became a completely different monster, but that's how it started out. Anyway, so Ben Kingsley's character, you can tell he got to where he was in power reluctantly, I guess.
Not reluctantly. He wasn't reluctant about it. He was just
you
like...
could tell he didn't want to deal with it, though. He didn't want that part of it. That's why he was so religious.
I disagree with it. It's just like, he has a sense of power to him. He's not... It's not like, I don't want to do this anymore. It's just I think it's a little bit more subtle than that. It's not like he just didn't want to be the boss. He liked being the boss. He's the boss. It's just like... It's not like he likes being the boss, but he has to convince himself. He's also very religious, but also he has to kind of try to circumvent his religion and his criminal activities to himself. Like, he has to justify to himself, like, I'm a rabbi, I'm a holy man, I am the holy leader of my people, or at least of the neighborhood or whatever. Like, I have some sort of church influence, but I'm also ordering men to their deaths, And so that it's not like he likes being the boss, but it's like he has to try to explain that side to himself. It doesn't always work, and that's how like, his acceptance of his demise. Like, you're like, okay, that's when the rabbi comes in. It's like, okay, yeah, I deserve this. Like, this is a long time coming. Like, this makes perfect kosher sense,
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. I guess I just see it differently.
I suppose so.
I think it is up to interpretation, though, which is why they don't outright say anything.
But still, like, the look in his fucking eye, that's the great sign of a great film. It's not the word, it's just like, a look can tell so many different stories, and people can have so many different interpretations of that feel. Like, we have two completely different views on the thing,
Yeah.
But still...
completely side note, little distracting thing, sorry, but I wanted to make sure I mentioned it. So did you notice that in the fairy's apartment, he has a red chair like the original Geeky Gentleman chair?
No, I haven't noticed that. I gotta rewatch it.
I just caught that this time. That kind of made me laugh. I was like, oh, hey.
Dude, you know what that makes, like, Lucky Number Slevin? It's in the same continuity as the Geeky Gentleman.
There we go.
Yeah, like fucking Avengers and all that shit. Like,
right.
That's why
like Captain America's shield showing up in Tony's lab.
Yeah. Like, totally. Like, that's why we're so witty and likable.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's us.
Yep.
And that's why no one's ever heard of us.
Exactly. That explains everything away. That's wonderful.
But yeah, the ending scene, or not ending, but that scene with them in the penthouse is just so fantastic. It's so much.
Yeah.
It is like this great climax of the movie. So as much as I hate to do it, I do got to talk about the part of the movie that I think is fairly negative. Not because it's bad, just because it's superfluous. The whole thing with Mr. Goodcat killing Lucy Liu's character was really unnecessary. Or wanting to kill Lucy Liu's character.
No, it's not like that he wanted to. It's like he just when I first saw that, I was like, oh my god, like I gasped. And just like that little part at the end, like at the airport, I liked it. I think it wasn't superfluous at all. It was just like this guy essentially raised the kid that he was meant to kill. And it's just like that little spark of humanity from somebody like who's essentially playing a stone-faced killing machine. Mr. Goodcat, you know? Like, Mr. Goodcat is a scary motherfucker. Like, and not like scary Joker scary, but like professional assassin type of scary. Like, this man can kill you.
Yeah. I agree with that. But I just think that the whole subplot with him getting ready to kill Lucy Liu's character and Slevin, trying to hide that from him, I thought it was kind of superfluous. I'm like, yeah, we don't really need it. It doesn't really add anything.
I disagree. I think it adds a little... it wasn't really a subplot. It was just so very small. Like, it only like a couple of seconds for it to go by. And it just worked for me. I don't know. I guess it just worked for me more. Like, that whole visual of Lucy Liu laying on the floor. Like, because it really kind of undercut... Like, if Slevin knew about this, before I figured out, like, they faked the whole thing, but... Like, this kind of changes Slevin's, whole character to her. Because if he's so callous to kill the person that he obviously had some connection with, like, then, like, that kind of takes away from his likability. But the fact that, like...
Well, one of the deleted scenes is him killing her instead.
Really?
Yeah.
But, well, at least in that way, they figured out, like, they faked it. Like, and there's that little scene at the airport where, like, Goodcat just kind of comes up and it's like he just stands there like, you can't run away from it, and it's like, and just Slevin just gets up and just stands in front of her and just, it's a really subtle scene, like, you know what I mean, like, I couldn't kill her, and like this, I wouldn't allow this, and like you shoot back to Goodcat.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not good. I just don't think it's necessary to the rest of the movie, so it's kind of added fluff.
I don't know. I disagree. I guess that's the thing. Like, you might not like that. I like it. It's just that little bit of heart that I really enjoy.
It's like I said, it's not that it's not good, it's just, it's not needed, and with such a tight movie, with everything, like, this movie is, I hate to say it, this movie's like the Phantom Menace, like Star Wars Episode 1. Everything that's in this movie is necessary to build upon everything else. Like, you can't get to the end of this movie without all the other stuff that's led up to it. It's all very necessary. And that subplot is not necessary at all. It doesn't add anything to the plot of the movie, and it doesn't inform anything else about Slevin and Mr. Goodcat's past. So I think it's just superfluous. It's not that it's not good, it's just not needed. And with a movie that, like, uses all the rest of its time making sure everything you see is something that you have to see, it's a little distracting. Okay, quiet time now, huh? Awesome.
Sorry, dude. Yeah, totally.
Get off the computer.
Nah, I'm recording still.
I don't care.
Shut up. What the fuck are you doing?
I don't care.
Dude, stop it. Dude, what are you...
You're gonna break it.
Let
You're
go.
gonna
Let
break
go.
It. You're gonna break it.
Dude, what are you doing? Oh, he's checking his Facebook. Never mind. Continue.
Okay, anyway. Yeah, like, I enjoyed the scenes just as much, but it just, they don't add anything, so I don't think they needed to be there. That's my biggest negative with the movie, though. I really can't think of much else. It's just too good. It's a really fucking good movie.
It's an extremely good movie. It's just ridiculously good.
It's so polished is the thing about it.
Yeah. It's not polished exactly, it's just structurally sound.
Mm-hmm.
You know? It's
yeah,
just
I agree.
What's the budget for this thing? It doesn't seem like it was a lot. It was just a couple of city shots and a couple of internal shots. What was the budget?
You could make this into a play, couldn't you?
I suppose so, but plays are plays, you know. But still.
No, I'm just saying, it's only got a handful of locations.
Oh, definitely.
You could probably cut a couple of them in half and just double up on locations.
Definitely.
I think you could probably make this into a movie if you really... Or, into a movie. It's already a movie. You could probably make this into a play fairly easily.
Oh, definitely, definitely. I would actually see this on stage if this was a play, because it's not like oh, theater. It's like, hey, theater, hey. You know?
Well, I mean, there are plenty of good good plays that aren't pretentious as shit.
Definitely.
When I was in New York, I saw Talk Radio on Broadway, and that was really good. There's a film version of that, too.
How classy are you, dude? You just went to see Broadway show.
Well, I mean, I was in New York. There are things you have to do if you're going to New York, and one of them is seeing a show on Broadway.
I actually went to see a play at the Opera House. Sydney. Yes, I did. Remember, Mom bought me the ticket?
No, she didn't buy you
shit.
You
fucking did.
She didn't buy anything.
Mickey, she did.
You're just lying.
I'm not. Dude, I fucking were. You know that
When, what was the actual... Was it a comedian? What type
it was a... Dude, shut the fuck up. It was
I want to know what movie you watched. I
what
didn't know
was it? It was in a movie. It was a fucking play.
You're so full of shit.
It's, what was it called? It was 29 Steps. It was the Alfred Hitchcock film. It was an Alfred Hitchcock.
You don't even know.
Mickey, shut the fuck up.
I reckon you're putting this on the spot.
Why? Why would I do this?
Make yourself sound good.
How? It's $70. It's a good fucking play.
Why are you stuttering? You're just looking at me angry.
Because you're a cunt, that's why.
So I'm a cunt.
Yes, you're a cunt.
Well, so
it was basically a play of 39 Steps. You know, Mickey, fuck you.
I live with you every day. There's not one day
you don't know, Mickey, you live with me, you don't know how I fucking act.
You're so full of shit.
You're full of shit. He's just doing this on purpose to fucking throw me off.
You are full of shit.
You're a dickhead, Mickey.
I am a dickhead, but you're so full of shit.
No, but it was just a rendition of the 39 Steps.
Oh, bullshit.
It was all in black and white. I don't know how they did it. It was like all the actors, the whole thing looked like a black and white movie, but on stage. I guess
That's fucking weird. It's like those cosplayers that do like black and white Superman.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck is... That's so disturbing.
I know.
I don't like it. It creeps me the fuck out.
I know. But it's so awesome because literally everything was in black and white, and it was like seeing a live action black and white movie, and it was so fucking awesome. It was like $70 for a ticket. I don't know. I don't know. I think I got it from, not from my mom, but from somebody. I don't know, like a friend of the family. And it was just really good. Like, I really wanted to go see it again, but the tickets were expensive as fuck.
Yeah. No, but like I'm saying, you could make this into a play given the small number of locations, because you need Slevin's apartment, you need like the airport area, obviously the two towers, and like the restaurant. You need a handful of locations, so it wouldn't be a super cheap play, but you could do it. It would work well as a play, since so much of it is in the dialogue and not like the special effects or anything. I'd watch it.
Fuck yeah, I'll watch it too, but like, it's just like, after you see this very particular experience, it'd be kind of like I see these characters in my head as Ben Kingsley, fucking Morgan Freeman, and just seeing it on a play. Like there's a thing of a play being turned into a film. Like, oh, I want to see the original thing that the film was based on. But seeing a play based on a film, I don't know. Like as good as it might be, I'll go see it definitely. But it's one of those things. It's like, huh, okay. It's a curio. I'm sure it'll be a curiosity. But, you know, there were fucking plays good plays made from films, you know, way before, you know, this. But, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess it's time for ratings then. And Steve never quite made it, which is disappointing.
Yes.
Unless there's anything you wanted to bring up.
Me?
Yep.
No. It's a pretty good film. Really good film.
Okay.
Excellent film.
Alright, so what's your rating then, Milan?
5 out of 5 skull caps.
Okay. I'm gonna give this movie 4 out of 5 Norman Rockwell paintings of penises. Alright, so everyone, thank you for listening. We will be back next week with something special. So look forward to that. I'm going to be really vague and mysterious about it. But if you want a hint, stay after the credits. Alright everyone, thanks for listening. Until next time, I'm the Philosopher.
And I'm the Madman.
And we are your geeky gentlemen. And we will be discussing things.